Professional racquetball converges on Kansas City, a city with a storied sports history. Enter the TeamRoot.com Supermax Slam. $60,000 in prize money on the line. The best athletes from around the world. This is the Ladies Professional Racquetball Tour.
Welcome everybody to the Ladies Professional Racquetball Tour, the TeamRoot.com Super Max Slam. My name's Tim Baghurst, and I'm joined for this match by Sandy Rios. We've got a doubles match for you this afternoon between two new partners and two experienced partners. It's Holly Scott and Lucia Gonzalez against the Guatemalan pair of Martinez and Rodriguez.
And Gonzalez strikes first, so this is going to be a very interesting match.
And by the way, if you aren't familiar with Gonzalez, it's because she doesn't play very many pro stops at all. But she can play, and
she's a good little player.
She caused a lot of problems for players in the Mexican Nationals about a year ago. And as you said, yes, a very good little player. But the veteran pair now, they've played together, what, 8-9 years. Rodriguez and Martinez know each other's games really well. They complement each other well. And they've been very successful on the tour and internationally.
And I'm going to preference this to say that I am kind of partial. I do have a very good relationship with Rodriguez.
Come on, she lives in your house.
Yeah, she lives in my house and has for a little over a year. So, yes. And I will say she's worked very hard in that year. Her training has, and I think it's paying off. She and Gabby played this past weekend at a small tournament in Texas and did very well. And Rodriguez is showing that she's got a little more confident. We've worked on her confidence, and I look for them to win this match and do very well. Not to say that Scott and Gonzalez can't give them problems. They are both also very good players. So.
Skip ball. The Gonzalez and Holly Scott, they switched sides without talking to each other. They just knew it. Gonzalez intuitively covered when Scott ran to the left. Good non-communication.
Good chemistry already.
Yeah, for two players who aren't comfortable or have never really played with each other. But you can see it there.
I'm not sure if they've had an opportunity to train with each other for this past couple years or a couple months.
This is a fast-paced doubles match. Snap of the wrist from Gonzalez and a snap of the wrist from Rodriguez earns the half out. 3-3. Martinez with the pose. Play continues.
That was just in case Rodriguez didn't get to it. Four serving three. And Rodriguez taking advantage of that forehand.
Two bounces, I thought, but play continues.
Well, just to make sure.
Martinez with the stare.
This is not a match I would have wanted to ref.
Is there a match you do want to ref, Sandy? Asking for a friend.
There are some that, yeah, I don't mind reffing them. I don't need the stare coming at me from Martinez. Good shot by Martinez into the corner. Our ref trying to get the attention for the long serve. We have our first timeout.
Okay, we have the timeout. I was just checking our schedule. Now that the round of 16s are done, 8 serving 3 on the court. Now that the round of 32s are done, we can give you a lineup of the round of 16s. And I wanted to do that and then tell you what our schedule will be for this evening. Longoria will be taking on Rivera. That's Maciel Rivera. Carla Munoz will be taking on Jessica Parilla. Rhonda Rasic will face Gabby Martinez. Holly Scott will come up against Samantha Salas. Alexandra Herrera will be playing Maria Renee Rodriguez. Nancy Enriquez will take on Natalia Mendez. Valeria Centellas will be up against Angelica Barrios. Montse Mejia will round out the evening against Maria Jose Vargas.
So
unreal.
Tell me which of those is going to be a boring match.
I can't.
There isn't.
I'll tell you which matches we have to show. And I say have to because I would love to show all of them.
Oh, if we could, yeah, we would.
But we, you know, as a tour, we have to show the highest seeds, especially once we get to this kind of round. So let's see how this rally.
Oh.
Ooh, look at that from Martinez.
Smart.
That's really well done.
This is good, solid play by Martinez and Rodriguez.
Yeah, you can tell that they're comfortable right now. 4 p.m. Scott versus Salas. 5 p.m. Herrera versus Rodriguez, who's serving there. 6 p.m. Vargas versus Mejia. 7 p.m. Longoria versus Rivera.
Oh, that one hurt.
So is that an avoidable hinder? Point given.
Point given, yes.
9-3.
Martinez
Tough shot by Martinez.
is feeling it right now.
10-3.
Oh,
It's a big skip from Rodriguez. Waiting for the ball, didn't move her feet. Half out.
10-3.
and Scott wisely saying just out of the way, but in the way. Nice
Gonzalez.
shot by Gonzalez.
It's a great point, Sandy. It's you know, it's something I gave a lesson on Wednesday evening, and one of the comments I gave to my client was, make sure that you get in their presence in a situation where you're out of position. Let them know that you're available, you want to retrieve a ball. Make sure that they know you're there. Don't get in their way. You don't want to get in their way.
Right.
But give them that just half thought of, they're there. I have to hit a better shot than maybe I need to because you're there. And it can
Right.
affect your swing or the shot selection that you choose.
Well, it does. You're not really in the way, but they know you're there, so you distract them just enough. Oh, nice touch by Rodriguez.
And Gonzalez, I don't know why she didn't go get that. And I just wonder, she just played Paula Longoria maybe an hour ago.
You think she's still maybe tired?
It was 15-10, 15-11. It was a long match.
It was a long match.
So the answer is yes, I think so.
Well, in my take on it was more she was expecting more power instead of the touch shot by Rodriguez. And she was more waiting for it to come to her instead of her having to go forward. And it could be a little bit of both of them.
That time there was no communication between Scott and Gonzalez. 11-3, the Guatemalan pair racing away with this first game.
And I like what Martinez just did. She went over to give the impression she might cut it off, but when it wasn't there, she left it for her partner, and her partner made a good shot off of it. Oh, that's a nice cross, wide angle passing by Scott.
$12,000 available in pro doubles.
It's worth playing for.
Money starts at the quarterfinal phase. $360 for each player. Longoria Salas is the one seeds. Will already claim some cash with the bye into the quarterfinals. Carlo Munoz, Nancy Enriquez, they're already there. Nice shot from Rodriguez. 15-11, 15-2 they won. And Mendez Centellas, the two seeds, they won in two straight, 5-3 against Naomi Russ and Shane Diaz. Scott doesn't like the call, but probably the right one. Seemed a bit ambitious to ask for the avoidable there. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that Gonzalez came up against #1 seed Longoria in the first round because she's so good. I think she's going to have a deep run in Women's Open.
I do, yes. I most, if she gave Longoria that much trouble, she's going to go very deep in the Women's Open. So I think. And you can see that the coordination and the chemistry between Rodriguez and Martinez. They have played together so long that they read each other. They know where they're going to be. They know who's going to cover what shot. No wasted energy trying to both end up at the same place. Nice return by Scott on that.
13-4.
Skip shot from Scott. Gonzalez, Scott just seemed very flat, not talking to each other. Scott plays well, and she's a little more animated, I feel. Martinez tried to just push one into the left corner, doesn't hit it.
A little too much touch and not enough power.
Well, it's 4-14, but doubles is a game of runs. Gonzalez and Scott aren't going to win points if they're not aggressive, you feel?
No, they're not. With this team, you're going to have to go after the ball. You're going to have to make the shot. You can't wait for them to give you the setup. You're not going to be able to wait for them to skip. Nice.
Flat winner from Rodriguez.
Well, and if you look at the Guatemalans, they are attacking the ball. They have a shot. They're shooting. They're not putting the ball up. They're shooting. They're going for the winner.
Gonzalez needs to make some shots. She's hitting the ball. She's hitting it controlled, but it's very high. Lots of mistakes.
It's given.
It's just too easy right now for Team Guatemala.
They're just all they have to do is hit a shot.
So we'll take a break. We expected a little bit more from Scott and Gonzalez, but first time playing together. We'll see if they can make a comeback. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes.
Gearbox.
Professional racquetball converges on Kansas City, a city with a storied sports history. Enter the TeamRoot.com Supermax Slam. $60,000 in prize money on the line. The best athletes from around the world. This is the Ladies Professional Racquetball Tour.
Welcome back, everybody. Tim Baghurst, Sandy Rios, watching this doubles matchup between Team Guatemala, Martinez and Rodriguez, and a new pairing of Gonzalez and Scott. Martinez, Rodriguez handled it well the first game, winning 15-5. Let's see if Scott and Gonzalez can do something different in game two.
And Gonzalez and Scott didn't start off that badly. They seemed to cover the court well with each other. However, it fell apart late in the game, and Guatemalans just took over and ran away with the game.
0-0. Wide angle crack out, half out.
Up here. Nice pass down the line by Martinez.
Yeah, she ran around to hit it on her forehand, and it's one of those ones you've got to hit it. If you're going to do that, you've got to hit it, especially in singles.
Yes.
And she did.
If you're going to run it around one or the other, you better be able to put it down because you've already put yourself out of position.
Scott puts one down. No. Skip?
0-0.
It's hand out.
Oh, no. Okay. Replay, one serving 0. Martinez. Second serve, it was a screen. This down the middle.
And the Guatemalans did not do anything with that, and Gonzalez showed, if you're going to give me this setup, I'm going to take care of it. And she
that's
did.
what she needs to do. She didn't do that in game 1. Skip from Rodriguez.
1-1.
One serving 1. Not that time.
Not that time.
Although,
everybody thought it was good except Holly.
well, I don't know that Lucia thought it was good either, but
I thought it was a good shot.
The person who thinks it's good that counts is the official, and they say good. That was fun. Nicely done, pinch winner, but some pounding of the ball in the middle of the court.
And then the pinch winner.
That's a really smart shot.
Good play by Gonzalez and Scott. Got them totally out of position and took advantage of it.
Martinez going for the jam. Some doubles matches going on, just starting over on court 4. Rasic and Niels, they're taking on Laime and Rivera. Chen and Shelton are facing Maria and Aaron Rivera. Sometimes she does that and rolls it out and it looks special, but sometimes she doesn't.
It was a little lackadaisical. I know it's a no-look shot, but that one was not what she wanted.
That's a winner from Holly Scott. Haven't said that very much in this match. 2 serving 2. The reverse pinch winner from Rodriguez.
Dixon says she needs to do better to get it past Scott, and I guess she just heard me.
Look at that
and there's
from Gonzalez.
Yes.
3-2.
Oh,
You can take those all day.
she'll be more than happy to. The Guatemalans are going to have to get back into this match. They've kind of turned it off just a little bit. They need to turn the fire back on and start playing like they did earlier.
Behind the back from Gonzalez.
That's how I'm gonna call you now. It was empty. 'Cause I tried to do it like this.
It's now 5-2.
It is a good example, though, of how you can change momentum after a game. You have 2 minutes, and all of a sudden those 2 minutes just change strategy, confidence.
Exactly. I think it's also a good example of what happens when one team wins decisively in the first game. They don't think they have to play as hard.
Oh, let's relax. We've got this.
Exactly. And then they come in, and the other team is knowing they have to fight, so they end up fighting, and you've turned it off. So it's something we all fight.
Little frustration from Gonzalez on the left side. 3 serving 5.
Oh. Smart by Gonzalez, knowing the open court, went to the other side, knowing everybody would be looking to get to the open court.
Wow, what a shot from Gonzalez.
5-3.
5 serving 3.
5 serving 3. It looks like Gonzalez has found her second wind.
Martinez. Scott frustrated, wanted to go down the line. Let's see from her. Gesticulation that time. She gets a good shot. You can always tell what she's thinking, that's for sure.
She's thinking, why didn't you do that shot before? Yes. Four serving 5.
Great shot from Rodriguez. We mentioned these two, Rodriguez and Martinez, having played together for a long time. And 2012 World Championships was the first time I saw them play because I was refereeing them. And I got the stare from Martinez. I think she was 12. It hasn't changed.
It hasn't changed.
But what's interesting, though, is they have not played that many times together on tour, only 18 times.
In all those years?
In all those years, only 18 times together, 18 matches have they played together. And it shows you that while they've played a lot together in international tournaments, as a pairing in the pro division, it's actually a fairly new pairing.
As such, yes. And this is interesting that it appears that they're decided that Holly is the one they're going to go after. They're serving, second service going to her. Now in this case, Gonzalez came over and took it, but it looks like they are going to be trying to push it to Holly on the right-hand side.
Well, and again, to put it in perspective, Samantha Salas, oh gosh. Samantha Salas and Paula Longoria have played together 101 times. And that includes the many buys that they get. So when you think about, only 20 times versus somebody who's played over 100 times together, you go, oh, yeah, so they are fairly inexperienced.
Right.
Not as inexperienced as Holly Scott and Gonzalez playing together. Look at that shot from Martinez.
That's nice.
Both Martinez and Rodriguez are in the next round of singles, as is Holly Scott. Scott will be playing Samantha Salas in the singles. That'll be our first streamed match for the round of 16.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah.
That'll be very interesting, yes.
Gonzalez grabbed the back of her left hamstring on that shot.
Yeah, I noticed that. I wonder if that's going to play, if that may have been an issue to begin with. Seven serving 7.
Normal partner for Gonzalez is Sofia Rascon. They've played together 9 times.
And I think Scott's been playing with York, but I don't know how many times they've played together.
They've played together quite a bit. Well, just 8. But part of the reason that that's the case is if you're not winning matches, you're not playing together very much. So you can go to 8 tournaments and lose in the first round. I'm not saying that's what happened, but in fact, I know it's not. They're 4-4, but that certainly affects how often you play together.
Nice shot by Gonzalez there. We've got a timeout by Gonzalez and Scott. That'll be their first.
Okay, let's take a timeout ourselves. It's a better second game. A reminder, Martinez Rodriguez won the first 15-5. It's 8-7. We'll be back in just a minute.
I'm Holly Scott, I'm 20 years old, and I'm from Seattle, Washington. I've been playing racquetball for about 15 years. My dad started because I didn't like the daycare at the gym, so I was very bored and I needed to go play racquetball. It's my calling. I love the LPRT. I get to travel, meet new people, work on my Spanish, and it's just a great experience and everyone should experience it. Reaching your dream foundation is really important to me because it helps me travel, to get experience, to do better in racquetball and in life. They teach you to do things professionally, on and off the court. My goal is to be #1, obviously, same with everybody. It's difficult, but with their help, I can work for it every single tournament and get better. Donations are greatly appreciated, no matter how big or small. It helps players like me reach our dream.
Seven serving 8. Sandy, I get the feeling that this match is being won and lost down the right side. Martinez and Gonzalez are standing toe-to-toe.
Yes.
Scott and Rodriguez are standing toe-to-toe, and right now it's Rodriguez who's coming out the better.
She is. Gonzalez and Martinez are pretty even. They're both hitting winners against each other. More of the points are being scored on the right-hand side. Which may be something that Martinez needs to pay more attention to.
Diving get from Martinez.
That's 2.
No call from the official, and Martinez puts it down, and here you go. You can see Scott just
frustration.
What can you do? I mean, as an official, it's so hard to see up there in front of 4 people.
Exactly.
Having done it myself, it's brutal. You can't tell. If you don't see it, you can't call it.
That's exactly right. And what we may see and what the ref may see are always 2 different things. And what you as a player see is going to be something totally different. So
Gonzalez broke her strings on that shot. So she gets a 30-second equipment timeout to take the wrapping off her racket and get back in the court. Gives us time to remind you there's 4 matches coming up in singles this evening. This is Central Time, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Of course, we'll see how that goes. Well, we're hoping for
that's our estimated time. Yes.
Let's have a long evening. We want some great matches this evening. Hope you do too.
Just long.
One of the interesting things I saw with Scott when the ball came down the middle, she ran around to hit it on her backhand. And I thought that was interesting because, you know, most people, they want to take that on their forehand.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
That was awesome. Oh no, Holly Scott buries one into the floor. She just seems out of sorts right now.
She's not
This
even
is not how
right.
she played this morning in singles.
No, she played very, very well this morning in singles. So it's I don't know if it's the time difference or what, but she doesn't look comfortable on the court.
Snap from Martinez, leaning forward, puts that down the left side. 11 serving 9. She's hit Martinez a few times, and if you're new to racquetball, that's a second serve as long as Martinez stays in that small rectangle. Again, Martinez controlling that left side. She's the shooter of the two.
She is, and she's shooting well, and that's what counts. And you could see how Rodriguez and Martinez covering the court for each other, not knowing if one of us is going to get back, but pulling off when they saw their partner was in position to take the shot.
When she plays with Lexi York, Holly Scott plays the backhand side, and
she may be more comfortable there.
Well, I think she is, and I almost expected her to switch sides after game 1, losing 15-5. Hey, this isn't working. Let's try something new. They're sticking it out, but it's 13-9.
Maybe if this is a team that's going to stick together, maybe they're going to plan to play it that way. Although we all know.
Great shot from Rodriguez.
And an interesting fact, watching Rodriguez pull Martinez off the shots was something that we haven't seen before.
A year, maybe 2 years ago, Martinez is taking as many as she can.
Yes.
It shows that they are starting to trust each other a little more, and Rodriguez showed why by putting that ball away.
Exactly. Well, and they held her ground. She's like, you may be my partner, but I've got this shot. This is my shot, and I've got it.
Scott, that was really high, and Martinez put it down, and just like that, Martinez Rodriguez, the 6 seeds, advance and move on, winning 15-5, 15-9. Well, guess who's coming up on this court again? It is Holly Scott, and she's taking on Samantha Salas. So that should be an interesting match as well. Just a reminder how they got there. Holly Scott defeated Cheryl Lotz this morning, 15-3, 15-9. Samantha Salas took out Shane Diaz, 15-7, 15-2. So we'll see these two on action before moving on to Rodriguez, who we just saw. She advanced over Adrienne Haynes, 15-5, 15-3. She will play Alexandra Herrera, who defeated Daniela Rico, 15-12, 15-6. Then the match, I think, probably the match of this draw, this round at least, Mejia Vargas.
That's going to be a fun match.
Mejia defeated Laime 6-11. Vargas defeated Katie Niels 3-2. So Vargas Mejia will be quite a match. And then we round out the evening with Longoria and Rivera, Maciel Rivera, who won over Aaron Rivera 15-10, 15-13. Longoria was tested by Lucia Gonzalez, who we just saw 15-10, 15-11.
Right, and that would have been a fun match to watch, as tested as she was. We know she was, but we didn't get to see it, so I'm not sure what the dynamics of that were, but that speaks to Gonzalez's abilities right there.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to take a break while players get ready for this singles round. We start that at 4 p.m. Central, so we'll take a short break, and we'll be back with you in a little while for the start of that round.
professional racquetball converges on Kansas City, a city with a storied sports history. Enter the TeamRoot.com Supermax Slam. $60,000 in prize money on the line. The best athletes from around the world. This is the Ladies Professional Racquetball Tour.